The reason why it says we should train in the three trainings is that in general, that there's nothing that the bodhisattvas shouldn't train, as that says, where the bodhisattva says, there's nothing at all the victor's offspring should not learn. And similarly, as often to say, there in many quotes that we often say, like one from Maitreya, such as that if we do not train in the five areas of training, we will not be able to complete the practice of the bodhisattva. Likewise, also Janggun Sapin said, if we do not train in the areas of knowledge, then we will not achieve bodhicitta. And so, therefore, we need to train in all the areas of training, as it is said. So, in any case, all the Buddhas and bodhisattvas there's nothing at all, or really area of knowledge or topic that they do not train in. And the primary reason why there is nothing that they don't train in is primarily that the work of a bodhisattva is primarily benefiting other sentient beings. It's accomplishing the short-term and long-term benefit of sentient beings. And in order to accomplish the short-term and long-term benefit of sentient beings, you must have the capacity or knowledge, or you have to have a lot of capacity or a lot of knowledge in order to be able to benefit others. And so, if you only have a small amount of knowledge, you can't benefit many sentient beings, because the sentient beings are numerous and they're levels. And each sentient being has the things that they like or dislike. And they have different ways of speaking, and they all have different ways for all of these. And so the bodhisattvas have to have deeds and activity, must display deeds and activity that accord with sentient beings' different aspirations. And so for this one, different from how it is with the Shravakas or the Pratyeka Buddhas, the bodhisattvas need to train in infinite areas of knowledge. So normally, we talk about the 5 areas of knowledge. We talk about studying the 5 areas of knowledge. So for the 10 areas of knowledge, it's taught. Also, it's taught in the Prajnapada Buddhas that we have to train in the 173 trainings in complete aspects, the 13 gradual trainings, the 4 instant trainings, the generosity and the different types of eyes and knowledge and capacities and so forth. There are infinite things that are taught. So basically, the bodhisattvas have an incredible number of things that they have to study, but all of them. But if there's so many things to say, why is it that we're only talking about 3 trainings? If we have to train in everything, but it doesn't say everything, it just says 3 trainings. And so what is the reason for this? So generally, when you talk about the children of the victors, the bodhisattvas, what they have to learn, if they had to learn each of the things they need to, every area to learn, there are too many. They're infinite, they're too many, and it's just too much for them. It's just way too much for them. For example, with us ordinary sentient beings, when we rouse bodhicitta, and we have to, if we want to if we begin to become a bodhisattva, and at that time, that's sort of a person, a new person, if you tell them at the beginning, if you tell them about the 173 trainings and complete aspects from the ornament of clear realization, then they just wouldn't understand at all. There's no way they could understand or comprehend. And so they get to a certain level of study. When they've studied after a few years, then they can understand it, but you can't understand it right from the beginning. And not only that, the bodhisattvas, there's nothing that the bodhisattvas, the children of the Buddhas, do not study, and so for that reason, and so the areas of study that we need to study are innumerable. They're infinite. There's no way we can study each of them in turn. And so for what we need to do in place of that is we need to study summary verses or outlines. And these are important. We need to make summaries. So we don't need